Anda menyaksikan Economic Update bersama saya Andi Shalini, dan di segmen Economic Update kali ini kita akan membahas lebih dalam terkait dengan sektor telekomunikasi, dan secara eksklusif bersama saya sudah ada CEO XLSmart, Mr. Rajeev Sethi. Hello Mr. Rajeev, how are you doing?
Very good, thank you. And how are you?
I'm good, thank you for joining us. As now becoming an integrated digital service company, so we will know about what is the consideration strategy behind the transformation from XL Axiata to XLSmart, and how does it will generate the added value for investors?
Yeah, thank you for having me here. I think I'm very happy that you call this a transformation and not a merger. And actually the name XLSmart from XL Axiata is a result of this merger. We merged two companies. XL Axiata, which is owned by the Axiata Group based out of Malaysia, and Cinemas Group, a company called Smartfren here. So these two companies merged, and therefore XLSmart came into being. That's the story behind this. And it's a merger of two very different shareholders. Axiata is an Asian conglomerate of operating in 5-6 different countries. Cinemas, one of the biggest groups in Indonesia. So that's the story behind that, the backstory behind this. Obviously, this merger will lead to something which is bigger, much bigger than what it was earlier individually. It's also a response to what was happening in the market. This market was consolidating, market was super competitive, and we believe that merging together, the two companies will position us as a much stronger entity in the market to be able to drive future growth. So we are very happy with the initial outcome, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to contribute to Indonesia's digital transformation journey as we move forward. In terms of the expectations with different stakeholders, especially shareholders, should have, there's two things. I think it is growth, because that's one of the reasons for this merger, that will continue to grow faster in the market. And the second is doing it in a profitable manner. So the merger will bring together synergies. It's a game of scale, as I mentioned earlier. And the bigger we become, the more efficient we become, the more resources we are able to devote to new growth areas. So I think that's the story behind this. And we are pretty excited to start this journey.
Okay, so growth and profitable. So with those investors' goal in mind, how does this rebranding reflect the XLSmart new business direction and also positioning in this digital communication sector and the digital industry?
Yeah, we believe that this change will help us move this company from just being a connectivity provider to an integrated digital solutions company. It's not just by the change in name, it's what we do in the market also. And if I may start, we started with defining what is the purpose of this company. And we went back to the drawing board. We went to all the 3,000 employees we have in the company and said, what should be the purpose of this company? Because we believe this purpose should not just be created by the shareholders only or by the CEO or the management team. The purpose should be jointly owned by the entire employees which are working here. And finally, we landed up with the purpose which I believe is very strong. It is about connecting every Indonesian to a better life. And I'll repeat that once more. It's about connecting every Indonesian to a better life. And each word in this purpose is so very important. It's about every Indonesian. It's about better. And when we say every Indonesian, it means it's about inclusion. And we see that when digital journey starts, several groups are marginalized. They do not get the benefits out of this entire digital evolution. So that's the core purpose which we have. And I believe this new company will be able to become smarter, investing in smarter solutions, will become faster to adapt to the changes which are happening all around us, and will also be bolder because we are merged, we are stronger, financially we are stronger, we'll be able to take much bolder steps in future. For example, 5G is happening. We also know in Indonesia, 5G development is much lesser than neighboring countries. There's hardly any deployment of 5G here. I believe we can take the leadership position in 5G. We can take leadership position in AI. How do we use AI to improve quality of life of people? How do we make it beneficial to all people, both internally and externally? I think all those things will become easier for us to do as the new entity.
So the aim is to connect every Indonesian to a better life, right? Yeah. Okay, so what is the impact, both direct or indirect, of this transformation for the financial impact and also the profitability?
Eventually, it will be much more profitable because, as I said, this is a game of scale. And if I have to give you one example, in XL Axiata, the earlier company we had around 43,000 network towers. In Smart, we had roughly 23,000 towers. Put together, we had 67,000 towers. Some of these towers are next to each other. One tower here and one tower 50 meters away. We don't need two towers to serve the customers. We need one tower. So roughly 25% of the towers, of the 67,000 towers, we will not need. So you will save money there. You will save resources there. Once you save those resources, you are able to redeploy them in new areas. Network expansion in cities where we are not present, where we believe we can compete more effectively. We'll go there from a network deployment. We will also, as I said, invest more in 5G. We want to take a leadership position in 5G. Yes, we are not the biggest player here, but we believe in the new technology, we can be leaders. We can be leaders in AI. AI, as I said, both for internal users and for our customers. How do we improve our services? So that's what we will do. But having said that, translating this into financial results will take some time because, integration is also costly. You have to spend money on entire network transformation. And the way I would believe is that we are not looking at this as just combining the two networks. We are raiding the network for future. And future we know is 5G. So when this entire transformation is complete, our network would be ready to support 5G. So this will require cost in the short term. In the next 12 to 18 months, integration will require this investment. I'll not call it cost, I'll rather call it investment. But I believe after this integration period is over, which is roughly 12 to 18 months, you will start seeing results coming in and us becoming much more profitable than what we were individually.
Okay. As XLSmart positions itself as a digital-first company, what are the key business pillars that the future will grow?
We are a connectivity company to begin with. That's the core of what we do. Yeah. And I believe that connectivity will continue to be the bread and butter of the company. That will continue to be the core. But in future, as I said, we will not restrict to just connectivity. It will be a platform on which all other services will ride. I'm very excited about the opportunity which comes on the home broadband side, for example. Both converged, where we offer both mobile, home broadband, and TV to customers. Also individually a standalone home broadband business, both through wire or through the what we call fixed wireless access, the wireless which will be enabled through 5G. That will be one strong driver for future growth for us. And as you know, in Indonesia, the home broadband penetration is very low. Different estimates, some say around 20%, some say 30%, say the median is around 25, 27%. All neighboring countries are double of that. 50-60% households are already connected to home broadband. Why should Indonesia be behind? I think we intend to change that, and we want to become a significant player in home broadband. That would be one big step for us moving forward. The second would be enterprise business. I believe enterprise business also in Indonesia is poised to have significant growth. Though I have not worked in India, but I'm an Indian, I've seen the Indian market evolve on the enterprise side. And enterprise business contributes to 25-30% of telecom operators there. In Indonesia, it's still a single-digit percentage. So believe enterprise opportunity is also large, both on the large corporates, large enterprises, and also small and medium enterprises. Again, going back to our purpose, connecting every Indonesian to a better life. Whether you're a large company or whether you're a small company, we'll be providing right tools, right services, right solutions to serve you. So enterprise would be the other growth area for us. And then, as I said, we want ourselves to become a platform enabler. We'll work with different partners, whether it's a content provider, whether it's a fintech service, and ensure that we are able to provide all those services to our customers. So those digital services Some of them we'll produce ourselves. Some of them will be through partnerships. So I think these are the areas. And I also believe that the core business will continue to grow, the connectivity business. We know data consumption is an important number. The data consumption per customer in Indonesia is half that of neighboring markets. So even the core business will grow. So I think we are in a very sweet spot. Next 3, 4, 5 years are going to be very exciting for the industry. And as a newest entrant in this market, we are excited to play here.
Okay, so those key business pillars will complement the previous revenues from connectivity, right?
Absolutely. So I think it's not an or condition, it's an and condition here. This is core business and enterprise and 5G and AI, everything. So I think pretty exciting times.
So with that in mind, how does this transformation affect the company's investment strategy and also capital allocation?
I think that's a good part. As I said, Indonesia is poised to grow. Indonesia is poised to take a leap across different areas, which I spoke about. And this merger of the two companies enables us to participate in that new opportunities in a much stronger way. Because once we merge, we are able to synergize, we are able to save costs. Let me give you an example. For example, spectrum. The two companies will be pooling their spectrum together. And you know, spectrum is a very key resource to be able to serve customers' data demands. We'll be much more efficient on that. So if we combine together, the spectrum needs for us would go down as compared to individually. So we'll be freeing up some resources and deploying them somewhere else. I spoke about network. Same thing on the IT side. So those freeing up of resources will enable us to participate there and generate growth from the new areas also. So therefore, we'll be able to invest in home broadband, we'll be able to invest in 5G, we'll be able to invest in all digital solutions.
Okay, and looking ahead in medium to long term, so what are XLSmart's target in terms of customer growth, revenue, and also digital market share?
The last one is the easy one. I will not answer that because in my mind, market share is an outcome. If we focus too much on the market share, then we really do not do justice to our jobs. My job, my team's job is to ensure all Indonesians are connected to a better life. So our relentless focus will be on serving these customers to the best of our ability. And if we are able to do that well, then we'll get our results there. What was the other part of the question?
The revenue customer growth.
We have 95 million customers roughly now. So the initial task is to hold and grow so that we do not want to lose any customers because of this merger. In some cases, in other mergers, customer loss has happened. So we do not want that to happen. So one is holding these 95 million customers, continue to serve them better, and ensure that we grow from there. So that's the immediate task we have. I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to have that. And revenue growth, as I said, core business is poised to grow. And it will be added by the other elements which I spoke about, 5G, enterprise, home.
Okay.
So the challenge which may occur is the industry behavior. You know, this Indonesia has been a very competitive market, super competitive. If I may say, sometimes irrational behavior by all operators. I think that should change. There should be a market repair which should happen. That it's not just about price, focusing on lowering the prices and competing only on price. Because end result of lowering of prices and unhealthy competition is the industry becomes unhealthy. You do not have resources to devote to things which really matter. And in my mind, that is one of the reasons why Indonesia is lacking in some of these areas like 5G. Why should Indonesia not have any 5G? It's because operators are not in a healthy position to invest there. Why should Indonesia lack in home broadband? Because telcos do not have money to invest there because of this unhealthy competition. So if all of that happens, I think we want to invest. We are here for the long term. Both the investors are pretty optimistic about the future of Indonesian telecom market. And hopefully we'll be able to generate good returns.
and generate a better life for Indonesian people.
Absolutely.
And do you think this transformation will also affect the dividend policy? But please deliver your answer after this commercial break.